Hi, guys. Good evening. How's everyone doing? Whew, I was waiting on Sincere to get in here. He said he's getting ready to click the link. Oh, how has everyone's Sunday been? I know I've had a good day. I slept in again today. And then I decided to make coffee, and I don't know how I keep running out of creamer. I don't know, but I had some in the freezer, but it was frozen, so I just went to get some more. Hi, Holly. Hi, Kels. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Mother Teresa. And I saw that. Yes, I'm glad I'm doing it too. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Let's see. Let's see. Sincere is supposed to be here. So this is Sincere. I've talked to him earlier today. Okay, so has everybody had dinner? Oh, Holly's doing laundry and meal prepping. Okay, Holly. Let's see. I don't prep meals anymore. I just cook when I feel like cooking. Miss Yvette is in the house. Yvette, are you going to join the panel? I don't know where Sincere is yet. He said he was going to click the link. I don't know where he's at yet. But anyway, guys, I really had a good day. You haven't eaten? I had some of my Mississippi mud roast today that I did yesterday that put me out on my butt. So, yes, Whitney. Oh, yeah, Whitney says now. I don't know. People are not getting notifications. And Whit just sent, hold on, guys. Let me respond to her real quick. Yes. Okay, Yvette, let me drop the link for you, baby. Let me do it right now. Well, it's not just for Yvette, guys. Let me just make that clear. I'm putting the link there, yes. But if you want to come up on the panel to have a discussion, that is fine. I just want to make sure that we are respectful to each other. You gave your dog a bath. I don't miss those days. I haven't had a dog in, hi, Stephanie. How are you? I haven't had not a dog, a puppy. What dog? Been about 10 years. So, and I really want one now, and I want another miniature poodle. Yes. So I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if YouTube did an update or whatever. What? No, I did not see she died. Oh, no. Oh, no. And they're from Massachusetts. No, I did not see that, Kels. Thanks for telling me. Didn't see it. But anyway, so I want to discuss the trial with George Floyd. I also want to discuss these recent shootings. We had a shooting here today in Texas, which happened in Austin. Stephen Broderick is his name. I do believe that is his name. And he is 41 years old. He shot and killed one black man. He's a black man himself, and two Hispanic women. And he is stated to be, he used to be a deputy for the Travis County Sheriff's Office, and it's being labeled as a domestic dispute. There was a baby supposedly involved in all of this as well, but the baby was found safe. Hi, Heidi. How are you? The baby was found safe. So it's just, this is just getting ridiculous. And the FedEx shooting that just happened, where 8 people were killed, including a gunman. It'll be 9. He shot himself. I think that's the coward's way out. Hey, baby. Guys,
hey,
welcome.
Everyone. How are you?
I am good. Did you get any rest? Hi, Susie.
I'm trying to, baby. I gotta support you. You know that. I don't know where Sincere is, but he should be chiming in soon.
Yeah, he told me he was clicking the link, girl. I don't know, but he sent me a picture with his outfit and everything he was wearing. I'm like, okay, cool.
He'll be here. You better get here.
He was right there.
There we go.
Hi, Sincere. Welcome to the panel. Yvette, I was just discussing. Everybody, this is Sincere. Sincere is a young black man. I don't know why he doesn't want to show his handsome face, but I was discussing the shooting we had today in Austin. Girl, another shooting. You know, this is getting crazy. This is getting crazy. And then this thing with Brandon Scott Hall, 19 years old, shut up FedEx. And then the bad thing is that his mother contacted the police back in March and they confiscated the shotgun he had, but he was able to buy 2 rifles. After he came out of they put him on a temporary mental hold. What the hell?
Can I say something?
It's crazy.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
Can I say something, guys?
Yes.
Okay, Yvette, Heidi, for a year before that, the FBI was already investigating him on this type of issue already. So it's like, I think what it is like from that video I showed you, those race soldiers. That's what they got, those race soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's pure hate, man. It's pure hate.
And you know what? It's a really good video that Sincere. Where did he go? That Sincere sent to me today, and it was a really good video. And the guy that did it, I am going to reach out to him because I really want him to come on. I really do. He has a good perspective, and I don't think it's anything to do with a conspiracy theory. I think from what you're seeing, Sincere, they're saying that they can't hear you, so you might need to talk up.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, can you guys hear him now? Yes. So, you know, I watched this video. I watched it twice. And he brought up the shooting in Atlanta, both the recent shooting and the shooting at the church that happened. And if you look at it, these are all young white guys.
Yes.
That are doing these killings, these mass shootings, except for the guy in Boulder, which he was young. You know, now he's being charged with 10 counts of murder, but he was on the FBI radar as well.
Yeah. Yep.
So this is just getting really, really out of hand. And I said, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, they come in cycles. They come in cycles. You know, and then what's her name? Liliana Carrillo that killed her 3 kids. Now, when it first reported, said she stabbed the kids. Now she did an interview with a news station saying that she drowned them because she was trying to save them from their father because she thinks that he could have abused the eldest child and that he was into human trafficking. He petitioned the court in March to have her have a mental evaluation, and he wanted custody of his kids. She comes back and she gets a restraining order because she says that he's abusive. I know these people are looking at themselves like they're just dropping the ball left and right here. You have 3 innocent kids that are dead now because you wanted to be selfish. I don't in no way believe this man was abusive. He wanted custody of his kids. She was selfish, wouldn't let them go. It's just sad.
It's truly sad.
What the hell is going on when we're just, shooting each other? But and Yvette, I want you to on this police shooting, Sincere, I want your thing on this too. I'm gonna post this. This young man right here, hands up, okay, 13 years old, Yvette, 13. He was killed March 29th by a 34-year-old officer, Eric Stillman, okay? Now, granted, shots were fired. They were chasing him and a 21-year-old person. You can see his hands are up. Don't know how this young man got shot, but they ruled this as 100% justification. He was justified in the shooting. How is that possible?
After actually reviewing the whole absolute case, There are some disparities in it, and the Chicago, I believe she's the DA. We know her as Miss Fox.
Yes.
Yep.
She put out
Good
a
old Miss
statement.
Fox.
Yes,
It's Miss
she
Fox.
put out. Yes, she put out a statement earlier today. They have since put the official attorney general on leave due to the investigation. The video is what it is to me, Heidi. And at the end of the day, yes, it was an official pursuit. At the end of the day, they could not tell if he had a gun
Yep.
or where the gun was located. However, a gun suspiciously was discovered. However, when we saw his hands up,
His hands were up, nothing in his hands. And even then his hands were up. They said that he had got rid of the gun. The thing is, his hands were up, period.
Right.
His hands were up.
Right. She's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you can add in.
It's I think what it is I think the officers are working off of fear. That's the biggest thing I think right now, because when they're apprehending the suspects, they're shooting off of fear right now. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Now, however, let me be very clear.
Yes, ma'am.
When you do a traffic stop, Heidi and Sincere,
yes,
it's always high risk because you don't know who you're pulling over, right?
Yes.
When you're running down a dark alley, you still don't know what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? However, the totality of the circumstances will present themselves. That's like if I'm running down a dark alley and I'm being fired upon, then I would counter with the right force. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this young man fully had his hands displayed. So I'm trying to figure out how they gonna figure out this one. This one don't make no sense. Okay.
Hands were up. That's all I'm gonna keep saying. His hands were up.
Yeah.
I don't see him reaching. This is a 13-year-old child. Now, granted, it's 2:30 in the damn morning.
Right.
Why wasn't his ass at home in his bed or playing video games?
Yeah.
What the hell is he doing with a 21-year-old?
And that's a question that the parents must ask. Who has a 13-year-old out on the street at 2 and 3, 4 o'clock in the morning? Like we all bear responsibility, period. Now, with that being said, make no mistake. From the video footage and what I saw, I'm not in the court of law right now, but from what I saw, the boy did not possess a threat. Facts.
So that's my question. Why are the cops apprehending them if they're not causing a threat? Like, it's crazy.
Well, they said shots were fired. There were multiple shots fired, and they were in pursuit of him and a 21-year-old. Now, they haven't said if they've gotten the 21-year-old or not, but in order for them to know he's 21, they either know who he is or they've apprehended him and they're just not saying, which I couldn't find it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I still can't get over his hands were up. And you got your body cam on, you've got your lights on because your car pulled up. He walks out the alley with his hands up from behind that fence.
Like, don't shoot.
So why do you have your gun? I don't, but yet you see him trying to save his life. I see it. I understand it. The photo was taken from his cam. It was a still from the officer's body cam.
Yeah, the body cam. Yeah.
Yes. So you still had your hands up. How did, you got to put force on that trigger to fire. Period.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And the last comment, they are absolutely correct. That gun allegedly was found on the other side of the fence. However, if you're in hot pursuit, and listen, if you're a law enforcement officer, you're used to chasing and running and doing different things, dark of the night, daytime, it doesn't matter. However, what we saw was compliance. When those hands go up,
it's compliance.
Everything is done.
Yep, it's compliance. That's what I'm trying to understand. 13 years old, but you didn't hear about it. And then I happen to be looking for something, and I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
You really didn't hear about it.
That's what I'm saying to you, Heidi and Yvette. It's levels to it. There's headline cases, and then there's the local ones that they don't talk about. Like the ones in the little neighborhoods, they're not going to really be as big on TV. So that's why you don't see the bigger organizations go with them to help them. It's like it's a lot of killings going on, and they have to find a way to bring awareness to everything.
Yeah. Sincere, you are absolutely correct. Like if I didn't know better, I think you was in law enforcement.
No. I'm just saying that I'm coming from a black man's perspective, and it's really difficult for us because every single day you have to watch your back, make sure your head don't get blown off by police. Like it's really Yvette. It's really Yvette. Because now it gets to a point, Heidi, now where like even if you're a black man and you're doing the right thing, you still have to worry about if the police are gonna stop you. Like you know what I'm saying? I have that fear for myself. And I do the right thing, and I have to worry about police stopping me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, Yvette, I'm glad you're here. And Holly is here, and I think I've already told you, Holly's husband, he's a detective or he's an officer, okay, where they are. It's so bad is that, he doesn't wear his uniform home, and he doesn't leave to go to work in his uniform because they don't want anyone to know that a police officer resides there. Because everything that happened with the protesters and the rioters and stuff with the George Floyd case.
Yep.
And I can respect that because as well as myself, and I got an MPD cop right next to me. I got a PG cop right next to me. I got 3 sheriffs. Nobody's in uniform coming and going. And it's fact.
Shout out to PG County. Yep.
Yes, it's fact.
I used to live in Prince George's County, girl. Look. Me and Prince George's County used to be friends.
Yes. Shout out to Marlboro.
Yes. Shout out to law enforcement everywhere, guys. I want to make this clear. It's not every officer out here, guys. Yes, there is injustice. Absolutely. You got these rookie cops. You have these different organizations as far as policing. The laws have got to be changed ASAP. Not only that, we as the people, we had to watch who we put in different positions. We must also challenge and change the policing. At the end of the day, what I would suggest off the break, let me tell you something. You got folks coming in recruiting every day. Okay, it's a paycheck. It's a way to get up. Some people use that badge and that gun as I'm higher up. I can do this and do that. Listen, if every move they make requires a supervisor to respond and make the decision, I guarantee you everything will be amazing. Because most of the times what I found, Heidi, is me arriving on the same period. And I'm not giving out all the stuff to me. Let me just be clear. Somebody called me in the DM.
That's my friend, Heidi. That's my friend.
Sir Smoke. I figured that because I've never seen Sir Smoke here before.
How y'all doing?
Welcome to the panel. So
that's a good brother.
But as I was saying, guys, really quick, the facts. I guarantee you, if we all come together as a people, as a community, and we demand that the laws are changed, y'all know qualified immunity right now is being worked on. If most of you are not familiar, I suggest you Google it right now.
Yeah.
Because that's when the police is involved in some sort of shooting and they're able to get immunity from it. Now, whether it's justifiable or not, it's not for everybody, if you ask me. For 18 years on the force, it's a hot mess. Okay? Listen to me. What I have decided, and I tell my officers, because as a watch commander, I'm a person that's involved with several, anywhere from 20 to 50 men or women. Listen, women is really nowhere right now. So I might have 20 to 30 men on my shift. But I tell them really quick, before you make that decision, I'm not taking away your powers. I'm keeping it real. Okay, because most of them, they are not up to date on the laws. Now, if you call me and say, I'm going to make an arrest, the dude had a half a joint, I'm going to have a damn problem because DC laws have changed.
Yep.
If you call me and say, I smell weed, where hell is the probable cause? That's what I'm coming to your ass for. Excuse me, y'all, because the stuff that's
okay.
and the stuff that I've been witnessing. So this is why. Is it within policy? Oh, can they file a charge against me? Absolutely.
Yep.
But if it's my shift, I'm responsible for each and every decision that you make. And I believe policing will change if you get these watch commanders and these upper echelon supervisors out to everything. Things will change. Absolutely.
So Sir Smoke, okay, so we were just talking about the shooting of the 13-year-old boy that happened in Chicago with his hands up. Are you familiar with that?
I am. I seen that video. It was tragic. I didn't see a weapon. It happened so fast. But I know that I mean, he didn't even get a chance to explain himself. So I would love to hear his side of the story, what he was doing and what was happening. But of course, we don't get that privilege.
Okay. So Yvette, I'm asking you as an officer. I know Holly, they're scared if the verdict doesn't go the way that everybody is thinking it's going to go in Derek Chauvin's trial, which we're going to discuss about that too. I mean, I know you said that you guys are now on 12-hour shifts. You're gearing up. Most of the officers that you're working with, what's their feelings about the trial and, about Derek Chauvin himself?
Well, as you know, on several different communities and cities, they are in preparation for the actual verdict. You guys know things wrapped up on Friday. So the judge made the decision. Let's wait till Monday. And I can only figure out like something is afoot. Okay. That's what we use in the crime community. You know what I'm saying? Activity is afoot. Now, whether they know something or something has already been decided, I can't understand that. We are on high alert in at least 7 to 8 cities. Okay. Facts. And it went from 12 to 16 hours. So I pray I'll be able to get some sleep and it's next week. And on my birthday, I'll be at work. But that's okay because it's the oath that I took. After 16 years, I'm out. I'm planning my outage right now as we speak. But let me tell you guys this, Heidi, and I'll let everybody on the panel go. I pray that this verdict is justifiable. You understand what I'm saying? And I pray that we as a community try to redirect our anger, our disappointment, not burn up our own communities. Not burn up our own stores. Not burn up our own banks. Where the hell we can't even go grocery shopping. I'm asking everybody to do the research, to stand by and understand that even though we no longer have confidence in the judicial system and law enforcement, just have a little small prayer of hope. Because that's really all I got, sis. Because I'm out. I got to get out.
Sincere, I'm going to ask you. So, last week, the defense attorney, he took this, he started his case. First of all, he tried to have, he asked for an acquittal because he's saying that the prosecution didn't prove their case on the use of force being, that it was unreasonable. Well, of course, the judge denied that, which is a common thing. They will ask for, they're going to ask for it, but the judge denied it. Then he asked that the jury be sequestered because of the shooting of the 20-year-old Dante. Okay, he asked that the jury be sequestered. Of course, that was denied. Now he started trying to attack. When they were asking for the use of force expert to come up, which was going to be the 6th guy to testify, he said it was getting a little repetitive. So he's hurting himself. When he attacked Stoughton, he came back and he stated that if it wasn't for the police officers themselves George Floyd would not be dead. Sincere, I know you've been watching this trial.
Yes, I have.
What do you think?
Well, basically, what's happening is the defense attorneys are trying to prove their case, but really they have nothing to prove because they already know that they did wrong. That's why it's like it's a tricky case. Like the biggest thing that goes on now, Heidi, with the case is now you have to see what the verdict is going to be, because now they're going into the closing arguments. They're trying to like basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to take a wrong and turn it into a right.
Right. Yep.
So basically what they're trying to do is to the officer, they're trying to like give him shorter sentencing right now. But they can't really do that because the prosecution has so much evidence against them. So that's why I told the Yvette, like, you know, I want to have a conversation with y'all, because it's like, what really are they trying to accomplish when the facts are there? You know what I'm saying? The facts are there. There's no way you can justify what he did. The man has died. The man died from the officer's actions. So now what they're trying to do is they're trying to lessen the sentence because they're trying to make it seem like the officer didn't do wrong. But they know in their heart that the officer did wrong. So that's my take on it.
Sir Smoke, what is your take?
I agree with Sincere. They know that he was wrong, and they know that the force was excessive. But I don't know exactly what that verdict is going to be, because you know how they play them strings, they play those games, they pull the strings.
Okay, how do you guys feel about the fact that the judge actually pulled one of the jurors in? She was the white lady. She was in her 40s, between 40s and 50s. Pulled her in because someone said that she had undue influence because her mother-in-law or mother-in-law sent her a text message about how, you know, did they have a bad day in court? She wasn't dismissed, but to me, the prosecution is trying everything right
She
now.
should have been dismissed.
Huh?
She should have probably been dismissed.
But you see, the judge pulled her in because the defense team said she had undue influence. So they're getting worried because I'm thinking they don't like the look on her face.
Yeah, that caused issues.
Yeah. But not only that, however, they probably wasn't aware before the judge decided to actually sequester everybody. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it might be a simple thing of just discovery, you know. However, you have alternate jurors that would be enacted and be put in place for that reason. Right now, as we speak, they are sequestered. They are deciding what's going on.
No, they're not sequestered. The judge ruled not to sequester the jury.
They were supposed to go into sequestration over the weekend. So So that meant from Friday night all the way up until Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when that verdict, that's what we're waiting on right now today, Heidi. They officially were sequestered.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, if they had an issue with a juror that they felt like, oh Lord, like this, that, and third, she called, they can't have phones, cell phones,
nothing,
media, no nothing. Like nothing is going to affect this.
Is that because of the shooting? Because when it was asked the day after the shooting, that Monday, the judge denied it. So you know, I've been on the road, and
no, it had nothing to do with any other cases that's going on. What I truly believe is security is first. I already understand what's going on in Minnesota. Let me tell you, they not stupid right now. Like they like, listen, we got this great pop off. This doesn't happen right here around the corner. Like, let's get this stuff together. And that's why the judge said, listen, I'm locking all stuff down this jury until Monday or Tuesday. And I guarantee you guys, we will have an official verdict by Wednesday. Because listen, we got several other cases to move on to. Several other cities. Like, people get shot. active shooting the other day over here in Texas, over there, like 8 people.
Yeah.
Like this
Yep.
is just really crazy. And
Yep.
the idiot, the ideology, the idiot,
The ideology.
I'm so mad right now, Heidi, when I see it, because I'm looking at different people's perspective. You know, one guy is telling me, "Oh, it's probably the parents' fault. They have him out." No, every case is like that. Yeah, this guy told me, the baby getting shot at 13. I call him my baby. He's a baby to me.
He's a baby.
George Floyd is a drug addict. Why do people support? I got so angry, you know, I can't really comment. I can't really go back and forth. But this is the mentality. This is what folks are used to. This is what we have been accustomed and trained to do. Like fall in line. When are we gonna be the people and the power, no matter what race? Right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't give a damn what color you are.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Since you're going there, the Hispanic cops that stopped the lieutenant or the sergeant in the army and did all of this stupid shit when, you know, I mean, just to embarrass him. For what reason? And now you see all of these young people in front of his house protesting.
Are you talking about Captain Save the Neighborhood?
Yeah.
First of all, he's a military veteran. Second of all, he should know better. Listen, what they practice in the military, whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force, it doesn't matter. He actually defied their code of ethics. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. That young man, and it just so happened a young man had some mental difficulties, okay? But at the end of the day, this person that was in the military, that's not what they train to do. Army, Marines, they the hardest as they come. And when you wrong, they will check you. Fact, I work around them every single day. But let me tell you something. He will pay for embarrassing the Army. He will pay for embarrassing the branches, and he will never succeed further after this incident with this child. I promise you that.
And I mean, it's all on videotape, you know. And I just saw the young man walking, and I couldn't understand. And they're telling him he's wasting time. Then you have the other cop. I can't think where it was. The Hispanic cop that stopped the black guy in uniform and put him on the ground for what reason? What reason?
Because I tell you the truth. What it is the officers are stopping them for the color of their skin at the end of the day. That's what's happening.
This is an Hispanic cop. You know,
it doesn't matter. It's about the color of the skin right now. Everybody, you could see it. It's targeted to one set of race. That's the truth, Heidi. What's going on right now?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We must change that. We must recognize it. And I appreciate everybody speaking out on. See, it's the difference right now, Heidi Sincere and Mr. Slim. They are recognizing it. People are upset. They are protesting. But what I need the protesters to understand, we have got to be equipped with the knowledge. You can protest all day long and stand out there. Right now, it's somebody over there in Minnesota. 85% of the protesters are not even from there. Okay.
Nope, they're going in. And you know, people are going in now. They've got buses probably going up, you know, just awaiting this verdict. But you know what hit me is when George's brother testified. What's his name? Felonious? I guess I'm saying it right.
Heidi, that was so sad when the brother talked. I said, my Lord.
Yes. So this is what got to me. He got married May 24th. I don't know if it's the same year. His brother was killed May 25th, and his mother died May 30th, 2018.
Yeah.
Girl.
I read up on that.
Girl. It's a bittersweet month for him. And, you know, he talked about George being a mother's boy, a big mama's boy. He talked about how George always looked out for them. He didn't cook, but he made sure you had snacks or something to eat in the morning. And that was their way. That was the spark of life testimony to show who he was. And, you know, what did you guys think about that? Sir Smoke, you go ahead first.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat your question about how they
Oh,
did
how
George
did you
Floyd?
feel? How did you feel when you heard George Floyd's brother testifying, and if you did see that part of the trial?
Nah, I didn't catch that part of the trial. I can't
Okay.
lie. I can't watch those kind of things. It hurts me.
Okay, Sincere, what did you
What
think?
it was sad. He broke up. He broke down on what happened to his brother at the end of the day. That was the saddest thing. Like, you know, it's a sad situation, and the craziest thing about it that makes the story so sad, he cried and for his mother. He cried
Yep.
for his mother when he was on the ground. Like, it's sad. It's a sad story. Like the verdict is going to be the biggest thing that hits this nation coming up.
Okay. Here's the thing. Even if he is found guilty, will he get the maximum sentence is the question. So you knew how everything happened with the Casey Anthony trial. She was found not guilty, okay? Granted, they knew the little girl was dead. They didn't know how she died. In this instance, we know how George died. You know, they can dance around the bush about the enlarged heart, about, you know, him being on drugs. They talked to the people that arrested him in 2019. You bringing up officers that are retired to talk about this man from 2020. These people were retired, even though the other officer said that he had to tell him several times to put his hands out the window. Whatever. He didn't put his knee in his neck.
Nope.
They talked to the woman that took, you know, that took his blood, the retired paramedic. When he said that he would, you know, he would take drugs every 20 minutes. And he was still walking around after taking drugs every 20 damn minutes. He did not overdose.
Exactly. So that will be the burden. At the end of the day, George Floyd, may he rest in peace. Unfortunately, he was known to do fentanyl and other drugs. However, the prosecution's case, at the end of the day, will be this. It's the absolute decision. Did he die by drug overdose, a heart attack, carbon monoxide? As you guys know, defense tried it. Okay,
they tried it.
He's right really good. Motor car. I mean, I've never seen no foolishness like this. Now, however, if Sincere smoke or myself, we don't do fentanyl. So I'm guaranteeing the first gram we put in us, we're dead. However, George Floyd's body was immune to it. Okay, so it has nothing to do with the fact that Derek held his neck, his knee on that man's neck, suppressed every single thing. And at the end of the day, that's what the video showed. That's what the operator that was in the video from the control room saw everything going on, which was the most powerful evidence to me. You understand? She called police on the police.
But the doctor that they had, the defense attorney had, he said that, you know, when he kicked up his leg, every doctor before him testified he was having a seizure. That's when the breath was going out of his body. It was a reflex.
Absolutely. And then you guys saw, then you guys witnessed, hey, Crystal. And then you guys witnessed when it got up there. There's several techniques, mock moves, and different things that law enforcement is trained to do. And it's all about gaining compliance. However, when we all witnessed Mr. Floyd on the ground, we all can agree he was in compliance. You understand what I'm saying? Now, 9 minutes or some seconds, I'd like to see how they get out of this one.
What's his name? Was it Thomas that's testifying? No, it's Peter Chang that's testifying. You know, he testified. Now, I don't know why, because his ass is getting ready to go to trial unless they're offering him some type of immunity. But he testified for the defense. You know, he said his concern was for the crowd and controlling and the aggressive. The only thing you ever heard doing all of these tapes they've been showing, he can't breathe. Get your knee off of him.
He called his mama, Heidi. He was talking. He called his mama. I can't breathe. Blah, blah, blah. It's not about a crowd. It's not about anything. It's about the training. And at the end of the day, medics were failed to be called This guy
Yeah.
was clearly in distress. So at the end of the day, the fence better sit down somewhere.
But
Now,
even when the off-duty EMT was there, the paramedic,
right.
they wouldn't
Yeah.
even let her give him any kind of assistance.
Yeah, because
Not at all. I mean,
Derek Chauvin had some issues. You guys are familiar with his track record. And in fact of the matter is, there are a lot of higher ups that should be fired or have been fired because he clearly is having issues. He has some issues going at home. His wife, as you clearly see, she damn near divorced the next day after goddamn allegations. Excuse me. But at the end of the day, all that plays, it comes into effect with his mental ability. Should he been carrying a gun? Absolutely not.
Not.
Okay.
But should have been riding. Okay, he's riding with his brother-in-law. Isn't that nepotism?
Absolutely.
How is that possible, Yvette?
It's nepotism. Anyway,
Okay, what is Sir Smoke though? There he goes.
Any organization.
Okay. So, okay, as a young black man, and I'm serious, as a black man, if you're pulled over by the police, are you guys intimidated? Are you nervous or what?
I say, yes, sir. I apologize immediately if I'm right or wrong. And, you know, I do everything I can do to get out of the situation because I am intimidated and I definitely not scared for my life.
Wow.
Sincere?
Versus a white person getting pulled over. It's so very
It's so
sad.
different. Even if, okay, you saw when the protesters were doing all of this, the young white guy that was in the crowd that had the gun.
Mm-hmm.
They even offered this guy. They offered him water.
We try to get you monetized.
They offered him water. Really? When you're for fucking real? Seriously? Okay. Yeah.
I've been in a situation where commander has told me, make sure you go get the person a hamburger. I'm saying, excuse me. And right now he been arrested and a warrant was out. He got picked up on robbery, fucking intent to kill. Are you serious? I let him stop. Like, you got me messed up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it all boils that leadership, guys, have a lot to do with everything. Because you should know your officers. You should know the high heads versus the good ones. And at the end of the day, that is the problem. That is the problem with folks running around with stripes and bars on. They get promoted. They don't want to do the job. It's a paycheck. I have a problem with that. Anybody that's within me, like literally yesterday, I got into it with a female officer. Well, she got ranked, but she decided to tell me, you know, I don't do overtime. I'm like, well, you volunteered. Well, I don't do nothing. Excuse me. I'm not used to doing nothing, anything else after overtime, after I give her some direction. Like right now, if you're going to work for me on this shift, you're going to do what's required. She goes, I've been working all day. And mind you, she making money and volunteered to work another whole 8 hours. But I lost it, like literally snapped. It wasn't a good day for me because that further showed me when the shit go down, she one of them folks that's going to be in the bathroom, probably putting on mascara. I don't got time for it. And it's up to the organizations to be very careful with the power and the incentives that they put out, period. I call my chief of police all the time. I let him know. He like, Lord, I know. But at the end of the day, the facts are the facts. The people have rights. And the folks that are put in a position, they're not equipped. Just because you're striped and you're given a position doesn't mean you got freaking common sense. Doesn't mean you can handle the job. It's facts.
Oh my God. I mean, Sincere, I know you said you have a lot to say about this trial, and I really want to hear what you have to say. I want to about the whole situation, you know, being a young black man, what's going on with this trial. I really want to hear what you have to say. Sincere?
Oh, Sincere. Maybe he has to come back. Sincere, are you there? Are you there? Are you there?
No, I think he dropped by mistake. So
he'll come back.
Yeah, because I had two Sarah Smokes in here.
Technical difficulty. Heidi, this show is amazing, and I thank you. I love you for doing this, man.
No, but I'm serious. I'm gonna ask. Hi, Mel. Sir Smoke. Let me ask you. You've been a young. I just asked you. Not just about the cop. When all of this happened with George Floyd, give me your. What did you think? What went through your head when all of this was going on?
I thought, here we go again. You know, it seemed like it always happens. You get murdered. This time they had it on camera the whole time. So I'm the type of person I go on research. I went and I looked at the video and I started crying. You know, when he started crying for his mother, I had 2 little young, and I think about when they get older, the world that they gonna be in. And, you know, if something like that would happen to them, just, you know, living life and growing up. And we don't get the same chances as the white boys do, unfortunately. They can go do the drugs and they be like, oh, they can put out a car. All right, I live right around the corner. Okay, we're gonna take you home. Make sure you get home safe because you remind me of my nephew. But when they see us, just like when they see the little Hispanic boy, right then and there, it's a threat. They want to terminate it, eradicate it, whatever. And it's just hard for me to be a target and see all my loved ones target.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys. Okay, you guys know I just came back from, I went on a road trip. We were in, went to Oklahoma. We went through Kansas, Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, ended up in North Dakota. I'm serious. I was so nervous in one of these places we stopped because we were the only 2 Black people in there. But these were the nicest people. Then I felt they were overly nice. I said, okay, we're gonna get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But
I know.
I'm serious.
It's not everybody.
I'm serious.
It's not everybody.
No, it's not everybody.
A lot of white Americans that agree.
Many towns, you're looking around. I'm like, oh my God. So we stopped, and the white guy was walking out. He was like, how are you today? I said, I'm fine. And I looked at him again. Then I walked in a store. I see all these white. Was like, oh Lord, do they have any Black people around here? But even they were nice. They were really, they spoke. And people say that New Yorkers don't speak. That's not true. I spent a lot of time in New York. They're saying they're rude. No, that's not true. So if you don't, they just hear things. But I've traveled so many places. Back in the 90s, Boston, no offense, Kels and KK. Boston to me was the racist place I'd ever been because, and I traveled with a whole lot of people. The color of your skin. Now, I'm a Black woman, but at the time I was a whole lot lighter than I am now. They treated me differently than my darker counterparts. They really did. And I told that to Kels and them before. And I've got a lot of friends that live in Boston and Massachusetts, and most of them are white. And they knew it, and they just were telling me, and I was like, girl, I had the best time. So I was telling Kels that I met the lady who's the convention center is named after her grandfather. She was so nice to me. But you had a couple other people in the group that was at this convention. They would ask, and she wouldn't give them the time of day. And I'm serious. So we're traveling and we're looking for a location. I'm not, not you, Kels, most of them, but we're going around because we're setting up conventions. We go visit convention halls and see if they can hold the people that we're going to have in there. And I'm telling you, I never experienced, even coming from Louisiana, even being here in Texas. Now, I was married to my ex-husband. He's a white guy, and he's a true redhead. Even going to Pennsylvania, he lived in Greensburg. Girl, I would be nervous as hell going to visit them because they had a lot of skinhead signs, and believe it or not, he was an ex-skinhead, and I was like, oh Lord, he's bringing me out here, they're gonna kill me. But I'm serious. You get nervous going to certain places, but this whole thing with this trial right now, I know they can't come back with anything but guilty. But what is going to be the sentence is my question.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to get the maximum?
Mm-hmm.
And that's still not enough for what they charged him with. You know,
Absolutely.
second-degree murder, second-degree manslaughter, and third-degree man. Come on. It's not first degree because it wasn't. See, they're saying it's not first degree because, it wasn't. Your intent to keep your knee on somebody's neck to me for 9 minutes and somehow what 8, whatever it was, that's intent to commit murder. Sorry, that's what it is to me.
And that's what it is. It's facts. We all witnessed it. We all saw it. And whether or not the jury is able, that is the question. Are they going to see the things the way us as the people see it? You understand what I'm saying?
Do you think the jurors right now are nervous? Do you think they're scared? You know how they were with the OJ and how they were with Casey Anthony and with all of these other big cases. Do you think these people are nervous because, once it's over with, they release their names?
Yeah.
The names are going to be released.
Absolutely.
And you're going to have some people that want to do the book deals, that's going to want to take they're going to take the tour, talking to all the talk shows. Do you think they are nervous right now? Because
I would say absolutely. I was on a murder trial. Somebody killed a doctor here in the DMV area, and the only evidence that was left was a cigarette butt. I was nervous as hell. It was 2 weeks. Unfortunately, it ended up being a hung jury trial twice. And at the end of the day, there was nothing else that could be done after that. Like I'm telling you guys, it could go any way. So we all must be prepared as a race, as a nation. We understand what happened. It's up to us to help change the laws. Qualified immunity, dealing with police officers. Y'all know that's a big thing right now. Why nobody is really, really speaking on it and breaking it down? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most folks don't understand what it is. Usually when a police officer feel, okay, and to me, you can't possibly justify if you have to implement qualified immunity to justify your actions. So now it's been scaled back as you can be charged. That's the first thing. So these are the things that we must stay abreast on. We must study. Okay. When you vote for these mayors and these sheriffs of whatever town you're in, blah, 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 you guys ask yourself, we as the people, change the laws, and that's the only way things will change. And not about race.
It's not about race. This one right now, this one is about race and justice because this was truly an injustice. So
and not only that, it's the fact of the matter, and I still say, everybody, that's like me right now, giving my grandson. I said, look, little boy, gonna hold this gun in this badge. You understand what I'm saying? Like, with that badge and that gun comes a responsibility.
Yeah.
And that's like me just handing it to him. He go out here and do what he needs to do with it. So where does that leave me as a GT mom? So at the end of the day, I'm like, well, hell, he ain't know nothing about law. If it's just a job for him, somebody was hiring. We got to get into the core of everything. When we put people in leadership positions, and especially law enforcement, when your job is solely to protect and serve. Facts.
Okay, Sir Smoke, I'm going to ask you, if the verdict comes back, let's say it comes back not guilty, what do you think is going to happen?
It's gonna be an uproar. It's gonna be another ride. Probably gonna be bigger than the one last time.
See, and I said, and I laugh about it, but I'm not laughing because I said they're gonna tear everything down in Minneapolis, but that damn statue of Prince.
Nobody gonna touch that.
I'm telling you, they're gonna tear, and I'm not laughing about, but I'm saying. It's going to be like that Rodney King. But why burn? Why tear down your own shit? That's not doing anything for you at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm serious. I'm just like, Man, if it comes back with a not guilty or a hung jury, it's going to be worse. Yes, Heidi, it's going to be worse than Rodney King. I am so serious. I see it. I hope I just hope for the family, for everybody involved, that this trial actually goes the way it's supposed to go. I've been watching from everything I've seen, from everything I've heard. The defense attorney is not doing a really good job. I mean, he keeps trying to harp on the same thing, and it comes back to the same thing. They're saying if it wasn't for the police officers, well, the police officer, George would not be deceased at this time. And that's what it comes down to. So you can say he took drugs. You can say that he overdosed last year. Whatever it was, it did not kill him.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, even when they asked him, do we turn him over? His statement was, no, we're going to leave him like this. He was no longer a threat. He wasn't a threat to begin with. He was handcuffed. He couldn't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
He was asleep in the car. So Shawanda Hill testified.
Right.
For the defense.
Yeah, I was shocked about that.
For the defense, she testified. Okay. I'm like, okay, they must have, okay. But only thing she can say is the fact that he was asleep. She woke him up. Right. Came outside. The prosecution came back. They had her to admit that he was laughing. That she had met him in Red Cup. In the Red. I said Red Cup, like the Red Cup crew.
And they tried to get her to admit that the $20 bill was fake. He had passed in Base.
No, it wasn't.
But it
wasn't even his bill. It was Morris Lester's bill, and he tried to pass it earlier. But the $20 bill, come to find out, it wasn't even a counterfeit.
Right.
So this man lost his life. Well, it was going to be for nothing anyway. But all because Derek Chauvin, and I'm telling you, the man had a grudge against George. It was personal.
Yeah, we know that.
Because they had gotten into it before. It was a personal vendetta against this man.
Now, George Floyd was really, really, really connected within the industry. Now, listen, anybody that's addicted, and we all dealing with people like that in our family. It doesn't matter who they are, what they do. He was heavily addicted to basketball players. He had amazing connections.
Yeah, he did.
So it's a lot of things that Mr. Chauvin, when he decided, okay, they had past history, they worked in the nightclub together as bouncers and blah, blah, blah. Chauvin to me had that short man syndrome. You know how you see, smaller than you, all here, I'm going to get him and this, that, and the third. Like all of this stuff it's a part of the decision, the different things that we will discover before and after this trial. Now, however, if a just verdict does not happen, then there's a problem. Houston, we got a problem.
Oh, we don't have a problem. Girl, I'm not going to leave my house. As a matter of fact, I might not even take my trip because I might be scared to leave out of here. Shit's going to be bad. But so even when the defense attorney said that Chauvin's due process, basically, when he is supposed to be able to confront, get everybody's testimony, he was trying to get Morris Lester's testimony, his interview that he did here in Houston, because he hitchhiked after all this happened. He left Minneapolis, came back to Houston, and they picked him up and took him to the Houston jail. Is where the FBI and stuff interviewed him at. Okay? They were trying to get his interview into court. They're not. The prosecution didn't offer him immunity. The judge upheld the thing where he's not going to testify because of the Fifth Amendment. But they're saying that Chauvin is not getting due process. He is, because the man's not testifying one way or the other.
Right. He invoked his Fifth Amendment right. So at the end of the day, the process is there. And
so that's what I'm saying. I'm serious. I'm telling you, and I told this to Sincere. I think maybe I think his phone died or something. But I told to Sincere earlier today, when my sons used to go out at night, even though they were 20, 22, 23, they're hanging out, they always had nice cars. I told them, if a police officer stops you, they are not allowed to search your car unless they have a warrant. Because they can put anything in your car.
But not only that, let me be very clear. If something is in plain view, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once there is an initial stop. However, the initial stop has to be exigent. You think they're going to destroy something? You saw something?
Yeah.
Okay. Under exigent circumstances, okay, maybe he'll get rid of the shit that I saw him with an AK-47, threw it out the window, blah blah blah. So those are warranted. At the end of the day, okay, you got a tail light out. All right, you have a missing tag. Huh?
That's a ticket or a warning.
Absolutely. You got a broken tag. Okay, hell, you got an air freshener. As you can see, Dante Wright had an air freshener with, like, at the end of the day, and then a warrant popped back up and this and that. However, they had an obligation to tell this young man what was going on. That invokes fear as well. I mean, you're standing over there as a cop, you're running tags, you're running backgrounds. Listen, for your safety and mine, you give out commands. Listen, this is what it is. I find you get people to comply with you more. Just keeping it real. Look, son, if something saying you come back with a warrant, this is how I roll. I don't know what the hell going on, but I need you to maintain yourself. Okay? You figure out what's going on, because most of the times I find is most jurisdiction, computers and systems so backed up, the shit was removed like 3, 4, 5 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, things can turn out right. However, it has everything to do with the initial approach, has everything to do with us as a community knowing our rights. You understand, Heidi?
Yep, I get you. Okay.
And that's what I see a lot. And
okay, Heidi has a question. Heidi has a question. She said, I have a question on the video you posted on the baby who was pulled over and shot by that cop. Heidi, what's your question, sweetie? If you want to come up, I can drop the link for you.
I saw that, so I know exactly what she's talking about. Now, I don't know. Oh, the actual lady doing that traffic stop. I don't know if most of y'all are aware or read up on it, but that lady was armed.
Yep.
She was armed. Facts.
Hold on. When she said taser, Yvette, you hold your gun. Your taser is yellow. You got the gun in your hand. It's a Sunday afternoon. You're saying taser. You don't see this gun is black or silver, whatever. Your gun
not only that,
the same weight.
Let's be very clear. On a duty belt, your taser and your weapon is never on the same side.
That's what I said.
Okay.
I said I see cops here in Houston in the gas stations. I see where the taser is and I see where the gun is.
So let me tell you what this Dante Wright situation. In this situation, we saw what happened on the body cam. Oh my God, I shot him, blah, blah, blah. Taser. When there was only a gun. Listen, this was a police trainer. We're not officially going to buy, lady, that you didn't know what you had in your hand at the time, your adrenaline, whatever. And it happens to the best of them. But at the end of the day, let's make it very clear. There's no way, because either you're a right-handed or a left-handed shooter. It's one way.
She had the gun in the right hand. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of left-handed shooting officers. So that taser's on the left, that gun is always on the right. It never changes unless you're left-handed. So if you're left-handed, the most convenient way, it'll be reversed. At the end of the day, lady, make it make sense. What the prosecution must show, and this will be the biggest burden, was it intentional? That's what they got to show. So unfortunately, it's going to be facts.
Okay, so Heidi is asking about the lady that was shot by the officer in the car.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to know what was the purpose of him going through her purse. There you go. I see Sincere is back.
Yeah.
All right, Sincere. I need your opinion after she answers this question, though. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yes, ma'am.
So you said, what was the question of him? Now, I'm not familiar with him going to a purse.
Yeah.
The fact that I got was he asked her to get out of the actual vehicle. She refused, got back in, and pulled her stuff out. Period. That's all I heard.
No. So he pulled her. She got out the car. She said he was looking for the guy. She goes, well, that has nothing to do with me. So then she had her purse. I don't know. That's the part of the video that's missing.
Wow.
Why did he search her purse? Because
I didn't know it was a person involved.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? Like, we only hear bits and pieces. Now I got to go back and research this whole thing because I never knew he initially searched the purse.
Yeah, I got the video on. Look, I have the video. The video is on my Sincere. I don't know what you're doing, Sincere.
No,
okay, but the video
Can you hear me? Can you
shows
hear me?
there's a piece.
Yeah, we got
missing.
Okay.
Sincere. Did you see the video when the lady was shot in her car?
Yes, I seen that video.
Okay. What was the reason for him searching her purse? That's what we're lost on. How did he get the purse?
I don't know. Like, I can't, like, that's the thing when it's you're involved in police. I don't know actually everybody's movement. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you being an officer, I can't know until you're on the scene of the crime, like what every single person was doing at each point. Like, a lot of cases that you see of these murders and stuff, you can't really know what was really going on unless you was actually there on the scene of the crime.
But don't you feel that something is missing from that video, Sincere? Because she gets out the car, they're talking, then next thing you know, her purse. He has her purse. And then she's lighting, she asks to light a cigarette. He's going through her purse. He finds a little white powder. He finds a little bag of whatever. And she's lighting a cigarette. She's calling her mother on the phone to say she's been stopped. How did he get the purse? There's a part of that video that's missing. Did
they show that actual purse part, Heidi?
Yes, it's on top of her trunk, and he's going through it.
It is. He's going through the purse on top of the truck, but everybody's trying to figure out how he got that purse.
I'm trying to figure that out.
He had no reason to go through her purse. He had no once.
So what was the reason for the stop?
Okay, well, here's the reason. The guy that she's dating, he was wanting for multiple choice. He's a drug dealer. Okay. Once he realized that was not that man in that car, he had no other reason to detain her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The only other option that he had, if he stopped the car, and she was not the registered owner. Now, I don't know.
She wasn't the registered owner. Here's the thing. I didn't hear him ask for her license or anything. That's why I'm saying something is missing. But once he stopped the car, he realized it wasn't him. That was it. It shouldn't. She wasn't doing anything illegal.
So what I'm saying, Heidi, is the power that he did have at that point. Okay, because they had an unofficial warrant signed by a judge, he could have made her get out of that vehicle. Now, if say he walked into her car and blah 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 and doing the stop.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Really, I'll call her back. Yeah, so to stop or whatever. Did she have coke? Was it something in plain view? That's what I'm not understanding. So I got to go back and look. I promise you guys. Listen,
go back and look.
Because she wasn't the owner. So I understand the initial stop for the person that they obviously wanted. However, they could have made the decision of whatever they possibly saw in their car or knew of what was in their car. Made her get her ass out there and walk. If they took her,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Come to find out, okay, she didn't have a license. Fine. He didn't know that. He never asked.
You think she didn't have a license?
No, he never asked. That part is missing. You don't hear him ask for the license. First of all, it should have never got to that point. I told people when I came here to Houston for a visit, I was in my sister's car. Her husband had a warrant. It was me and my 3 nephews, well, my 2 nephews and my son. Houston PD pulled me over. They realized my brother-in-law wasn't in the car. He said that he stopped me because he was looking for my brother-in-law. He had an open warrant. That was it. He never asked him for my license, nothing. He said, just let him know he needs to turn himself in. We went on our way. That was my last time driving my sister's car.
Well, he was very nice. However, I'm going to look at the video and I'm going to take a look at it because I don't know what he saw in that video, even though she wasn't the person that was the registered owner or wasn't wanted. I need to take a look at it because there could be several factors. It could be something that he saw. Did he see a weapon somewhere?
That's what I'm saying.
No, here's the thing. She was outside of the car. When he pulled up, she had already opened her door and was outside of her car. And then,
I'm going to check it out. Oh, God.
Check it out, it's a good one.
I need you to check
it out.
I have it.
It's a good story.
Yeah, I have to record it. He asked her, and she said, "Why are you stopping me?" He told her because, you know, she goes, "Okay." She goes, "Yeah, but that's not me." He goes, "Okay." He looked, didn't see him in the car. There should have been the end of it.
Not always,
right.
Now,
that's what I'm asking.
I need to figure out, did she have the open warrant? Does she have a rap sheet? Did he see something in plain view? Like all these things can be justified. And see, that's why a lot of us figure and read the laws. Now I'm gonna go and search honestly because all I got is hearsay. Oh, you pulled her out, yanked her out, blah blah blah, and this that. But I didn't hear. She shot at him.
He didn't yank her out. No, he didn't yank her out. I need you to go look at the video. I have it on my YouTube channel. He never yanked her out. By the time his car came to a stop, he had already activated his body cam. He came to a stop. She had already parked the whatever it was, the Camaro, whatever. Her door, she opened the driver's side door. She had gotten out.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's a crazy story.
Let me ask you this, Sincere Heidi. Okay, so if all this was done, and she did all this accordingly, at what point did she reach back in there and get a gun? Because this is what
hold on. So here's what happened. He found the drugs in her purse. That's my question. Then he told her, he said, he walked up and she was smoking. He tried to handcuff her. And she started screaming, I didn't do nothing. She started running around the car. Then she got in the car. He tased her. And then she reached over, grabbed her gun, and started shooting. And then he shot back and hit her. She sped off, hit a tree, and she died.
It's a lot going on.
I think I hear, what'd you say?
It's a lot going on. You have to really pay close attention to it. It's a lot going on.
And
I watch it on the news.
Guys, let me tell y'all right now. Now, listen, let's be very clear.
Yeah.
When I told y'all earlier, every traffic stop is high risk. Like right now, I can pull over a 75-year-old, right?
You never know. You're absolutely right.
And I'm so lax today. Oh, this is going to be easy. She's older. We see she 80. We already ran the tags and did the research before we stop you. Like, we stop you, but we ain't getting out until we've run every single thing.
Can I ask you a question?
Right?
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on 1 second.
All right.
So, do you think I'm going to be in a position where, because she's 80, I'm going to let my guard down? Every traffic stop is a risk.
That's true.
I'm going to research this, Heidi, I promise you, because I want to see where did he get probable cause? Because you got to have that.
I want to know.
Any person's property, whatever. Maybe did she give him consent? Was she that high? Was she told him, go and take my purse? I don't know. So I don't know. And I'm going to read the facts because I'm going to tell you guys, if this car had issues, she wasn't the owner. Not only that, her purse was searched. There was no reason for her to go in there and reach for a weapon. See, that's where some shit is messed up for me. You understand what I'm saying? Because this officer, at this point, it's either her or me. Facts. You got people out here on suicide watch. It's not everybody. You got people that want a cop to come up and shoot him.
That's what his face mama said. What's the guy, the 19-year-old Brandon Hall mama said that she was scared that he wanted suicide by cop.
And she told him. She told him. The only difference is
She
he
told
got
the
to get
FBI.
everybody he wanted to get before they figured it out. It's sad. But I'm gonna research this, and I only want to see what was his probable cause for searching that lady's purse. But
That's
let me
what I
tell you
want to know
something.
too, Yvette. That's why I was asking you about that.
So
you can
Yvette,
ask for consent to search that trunk. You understand what I'm saying?
yes.
You don't have to ask for consent when something is in plain view. Sit on your little console or right there in that little glove compartment. Those are the things we don't need permission for. The fact. Now, whoever this chick is, does she have a history? Being with
I don't know, she's dead now. I have no idea. I'm going to look it up.
Guess what? In 2010, when she pulled over with a loaded AK-57, like I'm trying to get people to understand.
I get
There's
you.
facts and there's details and facts that you got to really look into.
Right.
That's why I called you about it, because I wanted you to look at it and tell me what did I miss.
Yeah.
It's nothing that we can miss. You have to figure out what the apprehension was for.
Yeah. And guess what?
Stop
it's
was for.
called the totality of the circumstances.
Yep.
And that's what most things are based off of. And I'm gonna keep it real. Is it right all the time? Absolutely not. Is it right? We got nervous cops out here? Absolutely not. But the facts, you understand what I'm saying? The facts will justify every action. Now,
I'm looking at what Susan Dawson just said. Look at this. Just tell me why people cannot comply and listen to the police. It'll be so much easier. The 13-year-old did comply. He had his hands up. Can I answer that question?
Susan, they don't trust police anymore, baby. We're living in a society right now where whatever higher powers and beings that's going on there. Wait a minute, I don't want nobody to strike me or the elites come look for me. But I'm telling you, open your eyes, stay woke. Everything is starting to become controlled, lawless. This is what folks want. They want to take the guns away from. They want to diminish. It's not all law enforcement, y'all. I know some people been on the force 30 years, scared of.
Tell them, Yvette. Tell them, Yvette. You know. You know, Yvette.
They are afraid that people, they don't want to leave because they know people are going to be hurt. But some things are going to change. But at the end of the day, man, listen, it's going to take all of us. I don't care if you're going or not.
This is what I'm saying.
Your neighbor next door been crazy for 12 months. Y'all sit right there in the neighborhood, see his up and father calling the police, struggling. He done beat him up. I see this. Ain't nobody reported nothing. Potential homicide coming up. That's what happens. Nobody. Now everything has a sense of normalcy. And then guess what? When it happened in your neighborhood, you get on Fox News or 9 News. You know, they was quiet people, but we did see them having arguments. Now, we have got to start protecting each other. We got to start getting involved, seeing what's going on. You all right, neighbor? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Okay. If I'm sorry, Sincere. Did you see the picture of the pill in George Floyd's mouth that was still sitting on his tongue? Did you see that picture?
Yes, I seen that. I seen that.
I'm just going to ask you guys a question. If the man is, you know, he's been placed in a police car, he's been placed on the front seat, now he's on the ground, they got him down, you know, all of this. How in the hell is a pill still sitting on his tongue?
The only reason why is because he had to been trying to get high at that moment. Something he had to been trying to do, like get intoxicated. You know what I'm saying? He already had drug issues.
But wouldn't that pill have dissolved by then? And I'm going to agree with Heidi. Maybe the pill was put in his mouth.
That's what I'm saying. It could have. It could have. Who knows? The cops could have been crooked and put it in his mouth. You never know. But it comes down to the training and the protocols. When they put that down on that knee on his neck is what messed a lot of things up. Okay,
so tell me, what all is going on? What do you think? I mean, when all of this was happening, I heard what Smoke had to say. I don't know what happened to Smoke, but I heard what Smoke had to say. What did you feel about everything that was going on with this George Floyd? When you watched his video in court, We watched it
Yes.
last year. You watched it in court again. What did you think, honestly?
For me personally, I looked at it like it was more about the race. You know what I'm saying? It was more about a race. It was like you were trying to prove a point to like show force that, you know, this is how we're laying the law down. You know what I'm saying? And they did it all over a counterfeit $20. It wasn't like they did it on like he did anything, you know, he did wrong, but he told them, I want to get away. Like I want to go home to my mother. So that's why a lot of the things is like so tricky with the whole case, because the same officers that did it to him, Miss Heidi, they were
Yes.
out and about in the world, in Walmart. They was on video in Walmart like nothing happened. It's really about, when it comes down to this whole situation, what's going on with police brutality, it's everybody sees it. It's about race. It's about race. And
And you
it's
know,
about
okay,
it's about race.
it's about
Yvette,
race.
can I
And
ask Yvette something?
yes,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yvette, can you like break it down on how the racism is going on with the police brutality? Because that's really what the main issue is at hand.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say, Sincere, that there's a race issue. Let me tell you, it's like buying a bag of apples. Okay,
Yes.
let's
Yes.
say we get a nice fresh bag of apples. We see a good sale. Lord, they $3.99. We got 12 of the Granny Smith apples. Oh my
Yes.
God, it's so amazing. And guess what? There are 2 rotten apples in the bag.
Yeah. You sound just like my grandmother.
Us to figure out, are we going to eat those apples or are we going to discard them? It's just simple as that. It boils down to better training,
Yeah.
better funding, better commitment, better vetting. You understand what I'm saying? Like
I
all these
understand.
things matter. And Sincere, I'm so happy that you're here with Heidi. I'm so glad that you met her. And
Yes.
Heidi is very passionate and sincere. I see you're very passionate as a Black
Yes.
man. We respect your opinion. And Slim that came in, we love you
Yes.
guys. But let me tell you something. When I say totality of the circumstance, everything has to be checked out. Facts. You hear?
Yep. It's all
You have a
facts.
lot
Right,
of
it's all about
police
facts.
officers, new recruits that's coming in, and unfortunately, they don't no longer have the direction, or they are not willing to take the oath. Now, I'm sworn. 75 to 80 officers where I am have not been sworn in yet, and they've been there 12 years. When you take an oath, it's for a reason.
Yep.
Okay. Now, however, we all must do the research. We have got to change the laws, obviously, because if you take a life as a police officer and there's no justification, how you gonna hide behind qualified immunity?
You're
And
right.
it is exactly what it is. Police officers are trained in de-escalation, unless
Yep.
it's a high value situation. When I say that, like I'm blindfolded, literally running down a dark alley. I can't see nothing. Boom. I'm calling for backup. Ain't no backup. Boom. I gotta do what I gotta do. However, we are skilled in de-escalation.
yeah,
Usually when you're able, your tone sets the standard for everything, whether it's a traffic stop, whether it's a giving out a ticket. Some people get a ticket, they say, hell with you, and throw it out the damn window. But your tone creates everything.
Yeah.
It can make or break that transaction. It's like me going here and paying for my groceries, and she told me $50, and all I got is 10 on my damn credit card. I'm gonna snap at some while because I need a discount somewhere. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's
I
what
agree.
policing is to me. It's all about accountability. The mayor, the community, us community folks, we have got to be a part of it. We can no longer sit back and allow policing to be the only direct information that we have and
Yeah.
go by what they're going to do. We got to do the research. We got to get back to having advocates in the community
Yep.
speak for different wards. You know how we do. Rest in peace to
Yep.
man Bird. Like he wasn't playing no games. We got to make sure we designate people that are within reach with the police chief, your local police chiefs, and the
Yep.
mayors and different things, and what the community expect. Do I believe as a culture right now today that we need to raise our babies coming up how to deal with the police. Okay.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. That's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
that we should prepare our kids in a financial course. Absolutely. See, things
Yep.
have got to change. Okay. Like right now in high school, if you gave me a damn $10,000 credit card or told me I can go to school, I'm going to be paying student loans for the next 30 years.
Yeah.
These
Yep.
things must be changed, and we must be the people that change it. We can't sit back, oh, this is what happened. No, we got to implement these things. Kids need to know how to be financially stable and what works and what affects their credit when they get older. And not only that, as a new police recruit or somebody that's on the force that just hasn't had that proper training or just that does not have the patience no longer or the gift, no matter how perfect they are in skills, they gotta go. We gotta wean these folks out. Okay, them hot trigger folk, Heidi, they gotta go.
They
I'm
gotta go.
telling you. So I was looking at Dorothy's question. Yes, Dorothy, we discussed the 13-year-old that was shot, and I just showed you his picture. Heidi, here's how you come up. Click the link that I put in the chat. When you use the link, you have to allow the camera and mic at first. Then once you get backstage, you can turn your camera off, and you don't have to be on screen.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? Sincere, I am so serious. This whole thing is scaring me. And Yvette, I went off camera because I had to check. Closing arguments start Monday. We're not waiting for a verdict yet. Closing arguments start
closing
Monday.
argument.
Yes, but guess what? That's when the jury, I was only speaking, like it's going to go down this week, but they will be sequestered. And that's my thing. Because anywhere from 12 to 18 hours, we could have a verdict. It's just that serious.
Yep. So the prosecution did 38 witnesses over 11 days. They had 38 witnesses. And I think the witnesses were strong as hell.
Yeah.
All strong.
Can I say this? Can I say this? Yvette and Heidi, if that verdict does not come out the right way, you think you see looting right now? You're going to see back in the days, you are going to see Rodney King happen all again in this day. Yep.
That's what we've all been saying. Exactly.
This is one of the biggest verdicts.
Yeah. We're going to have hundreds of deaths. People are going to die for the cause because they're sick and tired and they're sick and tired. I pray it comes out the right way, guys.
Me too.
I'm praying. I'm praying I don't lose my life in the process of just trying to do my job. I'm praying that the justice system works. However, I just explained, we got so many cracks, man.
Okay, Heidi, you can turn your camera off if you want to. There you go. All right, Heidi. Heidi has joined us. Am I saying it Heidi or did he? Because my name is Heidi. It's funny. I'm Heidi Black and she's Heidi Light.
You're saying it right. You're saying it right.
Our names are spelled differently.
How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing funny, but Heidi Light is white and Heidi Black is black.
I like that. I like that.
Well, Heidi, my maiden name was Knight.
Girl, you bad.
I'm serious.
Yes, ma'am. Let me hear what you have to say.
No, with this pill in his mouth, I remember I heard part of it where they said that they found other pills in the back of the patrol car after they
what?
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
I did. And so it's kind of like, so to me, that proves my point that it was a setup. They placed that pill. And plus he was foaming at the mouth. All that foam is acid being kicked up from his gut, you know?
I heard that too, Heidi.
And it should have dissolved it. How is a pill going to be in there and not dissolved?
That's why
10 minutes?
That's why I say, Yvette, I think it was kind of like, it might have been planted because most of the time, when you search the person, you search their mouth too to see if they have any crack, cocaine, any baggies. So I think it could have been planted. Now that y'all say that, it might have been planted. I never thought of that.
Who rode in the back of the ambulance with him? Was Derek Chauvin? No, he was still at the scene. Who went in the ambulance with him?
I think it was just him and the medics.
It was the medic, one of the medic guys that knew him.
He could have placed it while he had him
on
his belly still, though. I mean, right before the medics got the guy,
Right.
got George.
Okay.
That Chauvin could have shoved that up in his mouth real quick, because look at how long it took him to get up off of him when the medics arrived.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Let me ask you a question. At a scene like that, when you've got somebody handcuffed, is there a cop that normally rides behind the ambulance, or is there a cop that rides in the ambulance, even though the guy is handcuffed? Is there an officer that normally rides with the ambulance?
Are you asking me?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely, because that's your arrest. So you should automatically be following whatever medic or whatever issue right where they're going, whether it's to the hospital, police station, whether you're making an actual arrest. So I don't even know if somebody was with him.
Chauvin was still at the scene when the other cop got there. So somebody, that's my question. Who was in the back of the ambulance with him?
It was only the medic. However, whoever made the initial arrest on Mr. Blood, they should have been right there at the hospital.
Yep.
Period.
That's just the facts.
Yep.
That is my question, because they knew that man was dead. They knew he was deceased. They knew,
they knew it. That's why they didn't go.
He had no pulse, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
When he applied a pressure to his neck, that was the wrong move, Yvette.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what, the pressure to the neck is why that killed the man. They're just trying to prove. They're just trying to take a wrong and make it into a right. There's no justifying what they did.
No, there's not.
Oh my God, this is just, all of this is just a bit much. I mean, it's completely closing. So I'm telling you right now, I'm watching closing arguments Monday. I'm thinking closing arguments are going to take what, maybe 2 days, 3 days.
Well, you don't know. It could go faster, it could go quicker. We just don't know the strength of the jury that they have. Listen, you would be surprised that people come in a jury and they go, I'm just ready to go to hell home. They don't want to hear nothing else. You understand what I'm saying?
And you know what? I think that's what happened with OJ too. They were just ready to go to hell home.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You got some people that, most of us have been on jury trials. Like I said, I was on a 2-week jury trial. And people was just like, they want to go see their families, blah, blah, blah. Literally, they shut down. They didn't want to talk about what was happening, this, that. It's crazy back there. Like, you can stop.
Yeah, Heidi, I'm gonna ask you a question, and you are always in the chat. I mean, I'm serious, Heidi. I mean, and you come in, you support, and I want to know, with all of this going on, I'm not sure. Well, I have an idea. I know where you live at. I know what state you're in. Okay, what do you think is going? I mean, with the way the trial is going right now, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, in my honest opinion, they have no other choice but to find the man guilty, because he is guilty.
Yeah.
Look at his face. Look at his face when he's kneeling on that poor man's back.
Yeah.
On his neck. Look at his face. That's all I have to say about it.
He had a smirk on his face. He had a smirk on his face.
He was out to kill him. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Fact.
There's no way to sugarcoat that. He was dead set on it.
So
guys, I'm not trying to be funny, but I accidentally dropped a whole biscuit, one of the Red Lobster biscuits. So my dog just like ran over there and stole it. And right now my foot is on his damn neck because so I understand, just to bring a little light. It is what it is. It's sad. It's sad. It is what it is. Opportunity meets, but you guys got to remember, Mr. Chauvin was challenged. He had a lot of disciplinary actions. He was very angry.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, Yvette. He was just, so he knew what he was doing, because he just did this with a 19-year-old with his knee on the neck, and he knew he had to turn him over.
But not only that, his whole life was spiraling. His wife wanted out. I mean, for God's sake, this is the ex-beauty queen. She wanted out. His finances was through the roof. Listen, let's do the research now. Well, I will do the researches on your coins now.
Yep, she got almost 700,000 through the divorce, and he came out with 200 and some odd thousand. So you know they had a lot of property. That makes me think he's a dirty ass cop.
But guess what?
It does not equate
to his salary, guys. Like Mr. Chauvin was doing a lot of things, and a lot of things it's all going to come out to play one way or the other. You know,
I think he's a dirty cop.
Really? You got all this property, all of this. Like,
I think he was dirty. I really do.
He was doing a lot of stuff, and he's not the only one.
No, there's so many other ones that are doing that. There's so many others that are doing that.
Yep. That is my opinion.
I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
And how much of it do you think was racially motivated from Chauvin?
All of it.
Yep.
I don't got what's your take, Heidi? Both Heidi and Sincere, because I got to give y'all my take on that.
Okay, let me tell you. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say racially motivated. He had a grudge against George.
Yeah.
Yes, great way to break it down.
They got nothing to do with it. And I will not allow the media to do such a thing. They had history. Now, when the opportunity presented itself, Mr. Chauvin, he acted upon that within his power of authority.
The reason I ask is with all of those other incidents prior to this one, where he had the write-ups and stuff.
Yep.
What was the nationality of those folks?
Oh, Heidi, I never looked into that, but guess what, Heidi?
I did.
I'm taking a note, Heidi.
I did, Heidi, and it was different nationalities.
Okay.
I was going to say that too.
How many of them were white? How many were white?
I'm not going to go with the black versus white thing.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Asian person, it was different cultures. So at the end of the day, with this particular situation, is the only thing I can speak on because I'm not aware of the other cases. There was an issue. Between the both of them that had history, and that is facts. The only difference is Mr. Chauvin was blessed with the power of the badge. Everybody that gets it truly don't need it, and then those are the facts.
Okay, but the lady that owned the club or the manager at the club that was supposed to testify, she hasn't testified because they had a fight in front of the club when they both were working security. She never testified.
I believe she invoked her rights, but from the research and the data that was done, like people are aware, both of them were bouncers. Most police officers, they're allowed to work after hours, overtime, several establishments, whether it's a restaurant, nightclub, blah, blah, blah. Something happened between the both of them, whether it was 10 years ago, who knows? Mr. Chauvin took it upon himself, like, when I can and when I do, I'm going to get him.
Yep, I don't think it was racially motivated. I think it was a grudge. It has turned into a racial thing, but I think it was a personal grudge against George.
Right. You think you bigger and better than me?
Yeah.
I possibly have a small man syndrome there. I know y'all gonna probably hit the bell. I don't care. We got men out here now. Shout out to all my men, but we got some small, short syndrome men out here versus tall body. Like it don't make no sense. Now in this case, because they had history, and that is the factor for me. Whether I was a judge or whether I was a prosecutor or whether I was a defense attorney, I would know which angle to come from. Because either way, you got to prove it. And you got to do it beyond a reasonable doubt. Right now, they can't do that.
So, guys, I'm serious. Heidi, Sincere, Yvette, I know you got a live tomorrow, which we're going to watch. We're going to do closing arguments, and I would hi AT2. Oh my God, hi baby. I'm glad you're here. That makes me feels better. Hi. So here's what I really want. I mean, I'm enjoying this panel. I'm enjoying the discussions. So I want us all to watch the closing arguments. I want us all, Heidi, you included. I know you're getting ready to leave soon. So am I. I want us all, AT2 too. I want us to come back. I want us to probably let's do this like Tuesday, if it's okay.
Cool.
You know, we can watch it tomorrow and Tuesday, and then we can come on Tuesday and discuss the closing arguments that we've been witnessing for these last 2 days. And, you know, we can just keep everybody up to date. I love everybody's perspective. I love the way that we can respect each other's, whether we, you know, I love it. We can have a discussion. I want us to come back in and cover this on Tuesday evening. And then if they go for a verdict, we're going to be on verdict watch. And once the verdict is read, we will definitely come back and we're going to discuss it again. We're going to discuss the verdict. You know, there's going to be a lot of interviews and everything going on. But I want us to get back together as a panel so we can go through this. I really, really appreciate all of you guys coming in. And I know we can discuss this all damn night. I know it. I know we can discuss it all night. But if you guys are okay with Tuesday at 8:00, that would definitely work.
I will try.
Well, Heidi, if you can come, I'll be more than happy to have you. You know that. Anyone else that wants to come up on panel, you guys are more than welcome. Just let me know. I'll drop the link for you. But on Wednesday, I have a surprise guest on Wednesday for 90 Day Fiance at 2:00 in the afternoon. So I have to do it early. And then at 8:00, we're going to do Ask the Doctor. So I'm going to have 3 doctors, well, 4. 3. I think it's 4 doctors on panel. You guys have any questions about COVID, whatever you need to know. My cousin is also going to be up. Dr. Melanie is going to be up. Dr. Sasha is going to be up, which is her husband. And Dr. Ivy, she's from South Africa. She's going to be up. So you guys make sure to come in. We're going to do it around 8:00. You can do Ask the Doctor. And then on Thursday, I'm going to have Andrew from 90 Day Fiance this season as well. He's going to be here. So if you have any questions for Andrew, send them to me, or you can ask him in the chat. But yes, whatever question you want to ask him, he says nothing's off limits. So, you know, that's what we need. We need to get answers, and I don't like all these innuendos and stuff like that. I like facts.
Me too. I
Me too.
Sister, you did the facts too, Heidi.
Straight up facts.
You were a big help, Yvette. I'll be honest. I mean, you bring the best light to the situations.
Yeah.
I like that energy, Yvette. I'm ride for you.
I love you guys so much.
I love you guys. I love all of you guys. And you know what? And Holly, I would love to have Holly come up as well. I know she's a little nervous. I would really love Holly to come up. You know, like I said, her husband is a sergeant. And, you know, he has a team that he works with, you know, and he is their team lead. I would really love for her to come up so we can discuss it. Or if Chris wants to come up, he can come up. But I would really like to hear, you know, she writes in the chat all the time, but I love
you know, it's unfortunately, Heidi, that a lot of police officers and a lot of agencies will not allow you. I'm the best chief in the world. He watches my show. He's a subscriber. He's a fan. He loves everything I do. I am 18 years in. He supports me, guys, and that's why I do this. You understand?
Before we leave, I did have a question for you. What did you think when the commander testified against Derek Chauvin? That is that a first? Is that a first?
Yeah, I think it was a first. Now, are you talking about he did it for the prosecution or defense?
For the prosecution. For the prosecution.
I'm going to tell you right now, my hat is off to him. Because listen, you have police chiefs, you have commanders, watch commanders such as myself. There's a decision you must make. Either you're going to tell the truth or you're going to be a part of the problem. I've seen it a lot. The agency out there, they're like, Lord, just don't let her know nothing. Because they know I'm not having it. Right is right and wrong is wrong. We will respect people, their opinions. We will treat them with the respect until they're proven guilty. And then we'll let the court of law decide that. But that commander, my hat is off to him. Because he did not agree with the training. He's never seen anything like it before. And it is what it is.
Do you think that they can honestly find him guilty, Yvette?
Well, let me tell y'all this. I'll give the prosecution from what I've been watching. Like, I got to go in what Heidi told me, like, with the lady and stuff like that. I missed a few things, guys. I'm dealing with so much. Y'all can't imagine now.
It's okay. That's okay, Yvette. I understand. You and I have talked. I understand, baby.
I appreciate you guys for your patience, but I'm going to tell you straight up, Heidi 2, Heidi Light.
I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, I'm just praying that, let me be clear, the prosecution case was very strong, and I'm proud. I'm very proud of the dispatchers, the officers, everybody that risked their lives. They tell the truth. Right is right. No matter whether you're white, black, orange, pink, green, or blue. I'm so very proud of you. That's all I can say to you, babe. And I'm praying. This prosecution case was 98% facts.
Thank you.
So I'll give the defense 2%. Well, 1%, and the other 1% is on the jury. That's how I'm looking at it.
So Yvette, what are they trying to prove? The defense. That's what I don't understand.
They're trying to prove that the force was not unreasonable, and they haven't done that.
They're talking about, drug use. They going down the line, and then they say this is the newest, craziest stuff. Oh, his face was over there by the carbon monoxide. I'm saying, really? Right when you need. Yeah, they try to say the carbon monoxide did it. They just did all kind of foolishness. It's a weak case, and I expect now 4 years I'll be saddened about, but I expect anywhere from 10 to 15 years. And however, he still can be denied. So may go on for a little while. How about that? But can we get something and begin as a community to believe in the justice system again and try to rebuild our police system? And guess what? Neighbors, neighborhoods, communities love each other. I need y'all to get back out here. Spy. If you know so-and-so son broke in that lady house down the damn street.
That's right. If you know something, say something. Know something, say something. So here's the thing, Yvette, I know that you're going to be working on Tuesday, but I'm sure that you might be able to join us.
No, babe, I got the range. So shooting range on Tuesdays. God is good. I work 7 to 2, and I'll be all you guys. We'll watch together. And I pray. I want to say a prayer before we leave out.
Yes, we can, baby.
Whenever you're ready, Heidi, this is your show, babe.
No, Yvette, you go ahead on and pray, because my mind right now, look, my prayers are not going to be answered if you know what's running through my mind right now.
I know, babe. First of all, I want to thank God for sincere Heidi 2, Heidi Black, Heidi Light, on the Dear Vet Show, AT2, and all of you amazing guys in chat, Kels, Holly, all of you guys. We love you. Mina, we love you guys so much. God, we're asking you right now, Father God, to let this trial be swift and just. Father, we're asking you to ask all our communities and nations to stand up. There's so many things going on, from mass shootings, active shootings, all kinds of stuff, Father God. We know you got the power now. I ain't no holding, rolling. None of us are. Whoever's without sin, cast the first stone. And I don't think that's going to happen. Father, we love you, and we appreciate your love. We pray for our family, and we pray for another day. Thank you. I love you guys.
Amen.
And you know what I want to discuss too when we get back together? The defund the police movement. I want to discuss that too. Okay.
Yes. I love to talk about that.
I am praying for all of us, okay?
I pray for you every day, baby. I love you guys. I really do.
Safe.
I will see you guys on Tuesday. Thank you all for being here. Stay safe. Have a good evening, and I will talk to all you guys later. Thank you all. I love you. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Love y'all.
Love you too. Bye-bye.